How's it going, guys? It is Mason, the 4i Gaming Guy, and today I am going to talk about another No Patience 4. And this No Patience 4 is going to be about... Oh my gosh, I've actually wanted to cover this topic for a long time, and it's going to be about amiibo collecting. I'm not going to talk about my actual amount of amiibos. I will word it, but today I'm just going to talk over some pre-recorded Smash Brothers some pre-recorded Smash Brothers saved battles on my 3DS. It's okay quality. It's nothing great. I mean, I'm sorry about this. It's also my first time, I believe, playing Link or some in this actual. I tried for a while, and I saved this because it was interesting, and it looked really stupid. You could tell I'm a noob. I mean, I'm okay with him, but I'm not really playing him anymore, of course. But that is beside the point. Today, yeah, that was a bad kill too. I killed myself basically. Anyways, today I'm going to talk about the fact that amiibo and collecting in general, are just become a lost art form that you can't really appreciate, I feel like, nowadays. Because considering the fact that we have a gaming economy that runs a lot on games themselves, and collectibles are something you never really need, but you would like to have because they are, just a separate thing to have. I feel like it should be regarded that it is silly that we have to worry about not having things in stock. It's the same with just about everything nowadays. Okay, consider this. I want the collectible Juggernog edition. I think it's a PlayStation 4, and I want that one because it's cool. I want the kind of life-size Juggernog with Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I go to the store. There's none in stock. Of course, I try to put my name in for buying. They say they can't promise me anything, and I get that. But for the most part, I expect them to get it back to me. They didn't call me for about 4 weeks, and then they told me that they could never give it to me. And no, they didn't say that they couldn't. They said they could never. And that's just one example. Like I said, amiibo hunting is another thing. The fact that I can't go to the store and get a Marth amiibo, which I would really like because I'm a Fire Emblem fan. The fact that I can't go to the store and get a Villager amiibo. The fact that I cannot even go to the store and get I don't even freaking know, Charizard, and he's considered considered a common. And that's just so disappointing to me because Nintendo is one of the better companies to stock up. But considering the whole amiibo problem we have, I can't even appreciate the fact that we have a strong amount of amiibos out there, because I have like 10, and it's almost all of wave 1, and that's it. And unfortunately, this means that there is no hope for people who want to collect them all, who are a little late, I guess you could say, to the party. Overall, I know a lot of people, personal people, not just internet celebrities and like the completionists, for example, that actually own a lot of amiibos. But they don't own the entire collection, even though they would like to. You know what, Nintendo? It's sad that I would love to spend my money, my hard-earned cash, and even if I was an adult working a full job, I would say this too. Paying for a job and paying for food and all these different things. It's important that we don't get lost in the concept of how much media we consume and how important it really is to have said things. And you know what? It's awesome to find out that we have things we can spend our money on that aren't too expensive. Like, for example, I think amiibos are like the perfect price for what they are. I mean, some more than others. Some are kind of useless, if you ask me. Like, some you can't really use for Smash Brothers. Or some you're only good for a couple games, like the Splatoon ones, besides looking awesome. You can't use them for Smash Brothers. You can't use them for Mario Kart. You can only use them for... You can only use a special Inkling one for Mario Maker and Splatoon, and that's it. But you know what? Extra mission... And you know what? I love the fact that we can do these things, but Nintendo, and any company in general, if I want to be able to spend my money, my hard-earned cash, on a game or on a figure, I should hell be able to do that. And you know what? It's not just Nintendo. There's other companies I know that don't stand by a good example for gaming in general, that don't stock up on their games well, and they suck at it. You know what? I can say Nintendo is good at stocking their games, but they suck. And I mean suck at just about everything figure-wise. Because remember the Skull Kid? Yeah, I freaking love that game. I love Majora's Mask. But I couldn't get a special edition Skull Kid one because it was sold out within 5 minutes of being on eBay. And you know what? I hate online shopping. I'll deal with it if I have to, because trust me, sometimes you have to. And that's fine. I'll do that if I have to. But I shouldn't have to worry about it being out of sale. Like, you know what? Some things I understand they're going to be out of stock. You can't always buy everything you want when you want it. You're going to have to wait. But it's other things. Like, for example, Legos for a while. We were having, at least in my area, a gigantic problem. Not just my area, for that matter. I know a couple other places. For bad stocking of Legos. But it was Lego Jurassic World, though. You could turn any corner and see all the Lego City ones. But it wasn't just Lego's fault. It was also Jurassic Park, like the Jurassic, like Warner Brothers and such companies that make Jurassic Park that weren't good at keeping the license alive and out there. And you know what? You can barely ever find any of those sets. And I was really sad because I was trying to make a stop motion film with these Legos because I love doing that. I also love the collectibles. I loved Jurassic World. Not my favorite Jurassic Park movie, but still. And you know what? I couldn't get that. See, this is the point I'm talking about. We should be able to do these things and buy these things already. What's stopping us from doing it? And if it's sales, that's just silly. I feel like my own wallet price should be my whole budget, my wallet, whatever, should be my limit. And I think that's the way it used to be. But then again, we've always had our crises. And this isn't exactly a gigantic problem we're having. It's not like this happens with only games either. We have stocking problems with a lot of things. But it doesn't mean that it would not be nice to be in a world, or at least to be in a couple years ago, I guess you could say, where I could just go to the store and buy these things without having to shop online or having to worry about it being in stock. And that's not with everything. That's not with everything at all. A lot of clothes. And you know what? Some things are on stock for a little, and then they're not out. They're out, excuse me, in a little bit. And you know what? That's fine, because that's going to happen with a lot of things, like movies and, like I said, new video games, and especially movie tickets, considering the new systems that AMC and such have been developing to make it more mainstream. And I'm fine with that. I'm totally up for that. But I just don't want to have to worry about sales. Meaning, for stocks and sales as they go, it is difficult to predict all that stuff, though we obviously have professionals for that. But for it to be a lowering in price because of at least a bad amount, or at least a bad quantity that they're putting out, is just shameful. And you know what? That is why I have no patience for collecting things, because, or at least collectibles in the sense that out of stock items. I'm not sure what I'm gonna name this video yet, but it will be close to what I've already said, because I literally have no patience for it. The whole fact that this is a thing angers me, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, especially with newer games, and games in general are actually a problem. I already talked about that kind of with microtransactions. This doesn't really fly in other medias, and you know what? It does fly in other medias because it's a problem that we didn't have in video games first and foremost. Like, for example, microtransactions aren't exactly a thing that we never had. It's kind of like taxation. But it's an optional thing, and the way they use it, I feel like, is abuse. So that's why microtransactions is really a problem only for gaming, and it is a game problem. But, on the contrary, we look at things with gaming, and it's not a thing. And that's what makes me very sad. Wish I could just go out right now and buy a Skull Kid amiibo, buy a Villager amiibo, buy Evolve for the Xbox One. But I can't do that because they are off of shelves. You know what? But that's just me. I mean, that's why I have no patience for that. But what I really wanted to say is, these couple seconds I have left, consistently keep my 10-minute, 5-second times, to say that I'm going to have a lot of more uploads as the week goes on. Tomorrow, Wednesday, for example, I will do my job as best as I can to upload this tomorrow. I will make a new video. So, you guys can look forward to that. But overall, I really appreciate all the support. I've been getting a lot of likes and such, and you know what? Thank you for that. I've been Mason for Game Guy. Bye.